It's 11 a.m. Look how dark it is. Thunderstormy and wet. It's a good day to play some poker. Okay. My cat just ran through and knocked my power cord off my TV, so it shut down my recorder on my editor. And I just lost the last 25 minutes or so of the video. Let's see where we're at here. It's kind of a good thing because the beginning of these tournaments are really boring. So it's not too bad of a deal. But unfortunately, I just lost a lot of commentary. Hi, Grease. Look, Grease. It's dark in here, and you can barely see as it is. She just plowed through and ripped the cord out of the back of my TV. I'll explain a few things here in a second. Let me play this hand. This is NLOP.com, National League of Poker. Play free poker, win real cash. You don't have to risk any of your money playing here. And, well, that's not a bad little flop there. The hand that she ripped it out, I was going to win the hand too. So I ended up folding. This guy to my left, I think, won it. I'm this guy down here in the bottom center. Okay, so this is a totally free site. And they've got all kinds of tournaments you can play in throughout the day if you want. It operates on tokens. So this site makes its money predominantly from advertising revenue. They show ads and whatnot, and that's the money that you win. That's the prize pool money. One way to earn tokens is here. You do something like this, and see, you click on that, and they've got people that give them money to advertise, and you have to look at like something like this for, I think it's 10 seconds, I think. Just a little someone's blog, it looks like, Health Central. 11 ways to keep your feet healthy, blah, 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 and then that's it. And then you get 5 tokens. See how that works? And then you use those tokens to enter into tournaments. And then you can play games for tokens and win them that way and whatnot. But the best way to get tokens is by watching the ads like this. I'll do another one. See, watch. Same website, Health Central. There's probably good information on here. But anyways, that's how the site makes money. And they give you tokens. There's 5 more tokens. See how that worked? And then I have my screen enlarged. Normally it would look like this. You can see everything. But I want to make it large so it makes a decent video. You can see what's going on in the poker game. The beginning stages of this tournament, this is Texas No Limit, Texas Hold'em No Limit, and the beginning stages of these tournaments is pretty boring. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to skip ahead a little bit, but it's kind of a good thing. My cat just ripped the cord out of the bag because first 20 minutes is real boring. And in tournament poker, it's a lot about position and stealing the blinds. And right now the blinds are only at 30-60. They started out at 5 and 10. So there's really not the tournament poker doesn't get going until the blinds get big. These blinds will eventually get up to like 2,000, 4,000, 3,000, 6,000 and higher as the tournament progresses. And the thing I like about this site is it's free. No one's losing money. So I'm free to go ahead and beat my opponents, with no regrets. you never know in a cash game who you're playing. You could be playing against someone with a gambling problem, and they're using the rent money and their kids' food money, and you don't know what you're dealing with. So if you can't play in a way where you just want to beat your opponent, then the outcome will be that you lose. So that's what I like about this free stuff. It allows you to just go ahead and beat your opponent, with no regrets. So later on in this video should probably last about an hour from this point. And throughout the next hour, I'll say some things that, if I say them now, they really don't make a whole lot of sense. But there's going to be a lot of different kinds of people watching this. Some people that never played before will be watching this, and some people that understand the terminology that really aren't all that good maybe are watching, or experienced, I should say. But you'll probably find the later stages of this video pretty interesting in the way I do it and how successful it is. But talking about it right now doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This is the dealer button here. And to the left of the dealer button is a small blind and a big blind. That means I would be the big blind here. I put in 60 chips. The little blind put in 30 chips to start the hand. And this game is mainly about position and dominating the people to your left for the most part. Let's see. I don't want to get involved in the hand against the big stack this early. Well, never really until the end, but let's see how this goes. I'll take a look at this flop. I'm out of position. I'm the big blind right now, so I'll explain position as the tournament goes on. I used to play here before I started making YouTube videos, and then 3.5 years ago I started making YouTube videos, and I didn't have time to do this. And I just came back here a few days ago. It never really dawned on me to make YouTube videos about it. But I don't want anything to do with this hand. I just want to get out. We'll see what's going on here. That the short stack's in, so we're probably going to see who's got what here. And then he checks when he's got 24. He checks it down. Oh, you're kidding me. Wow, that was really bad play. And there's really bad players here too, for sure. But you probably won't find too many professional players in here, with the exception of there are some bigger tournaments, $500, $1,000. They got $2,000 tournaments a week. I think that's on the weekends. And then they got a 500 every day. It looks like maybe a 350 instead of a 500 on one day. It looks like, but they got a pretty good sized tournament every day. And in October, they've got a $10,000 tournament coming up, where it's a step tournament. You can get in for as little as 1 token, and you play step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you got to win them all. If you win the 8 step, you get a seat in the $10,000 tournament. And there's $5,000 for first, $2,000 for second, $1,000 for third, so on and so forth. So that's like, they actually have some tournaments where professionals probably do show up from time to time. That's enough money, or a professional probably will jump in here every now and then. A lot of these people are highly experienced playing here, but the competition's not all that great. See, I have 2 big stacks to my left here, and That's the worst possible thing. That's the worst possible situation I can find myself in. So hopefully they'll break this table apart. I don't want to influence anyone to play for real money on a real money site because I know for a fact that their random number generators are rigged, and there's lots of ways people can cheat, and there's tons of unknown factors. And it's a totally shady, unfair game. I haven't played on one of those sites for about 15 years, but the thing I like about this site is this site doesn't try to funnel you into like a casino or somewhere. You know, they never ask you for your own money. This site makes their money off those ads. So they have no reason to rig their random number generator. It would actually hurt them if they did that. So this random number generator that controls the cards it's pure, it's real, and that's what I really like about the site because it's a real game. And poker, unfortunately, there's tons of way for people to cheat, even in brick and mortar live games. So it's kind of neat that this site is not only free, you never risk a penny of your own money. It's also legitimate. You know, there's no cheating. There could be like in the ring games, but in tournaments it's hard for people to cheat because the seeding is random. You know what I mean? And as the tournament progresses, tables break apart and they consolidate the tables down further and further. So let's see here. So like there's 9 tables, 74 players remaining. There was 94 that started. There's 9 tables, and as the tournament progresses, it'll go 8 tables, 7 tables, 6 tables, and it's constantly random seeding. So that makes it difficult for people to team up and cheat. He's probably gonna go all in. He needs to do something because he's up against 3 big sticks. Well, let's see if I can scare him all out of this pot. I don't think anybody caught anything. Maybe. Yeah, see, I thought he might do that. He's got a big. Oh, they caught top pair. Look at that. I caught the 8 on the river. I would have made a straight there. I won, but you can't go around calling that a gut shot straight draw. A gut shot straight draw means that there was a number missing out of the middle part of the straight. So there was only 4 cards in the deck that could have made me a winner. One happened to turn up on the river, but you can't go around calling stuff like that. A lot of people think that luck has something to do with this game, and it really doesn't. I mean, there is luck, of course, because what you just saw could have been real lucky for me, but the luck balances out. If you play properly, the luck becomes irrelevant, and actually, luck will favor you if you play right, if you play properly. Doyle Brunson, a famous poker player, has a comment that says luck favors the backbone, not the wishbone. So you don't want to be in this game. You don't want to be the caller. You want to be the one that makes people call. Is basically what that means. Well, you got a straight on the turn. That's tough. So I don't mind getting a bad run of cards. Like you see this 9-3 offsuit. It's basically one of the worst hands you have. I don't mind getting a bunch of these in a row at this point in the tournament because I can just blend into the background. I can just become a wallflower. If you get involved in too many hands overpowering people, they start to catch on that you're bluffing. So it's good to just kind of go away and be real quiet. That makes it look like when you finally do come in, it makes you look like you got something, you're coming in signaling strength and a real powerful hand, I'm in a real bad spot, like I said. With these two big stacks to my left, basically what this tournament stuff comes down to is position and stack size. I should have said that earlier. It's hard talking about things in the start of a tournament because it doesn't make a lot of sense. But stack size and position is basically the main ingredients of this tournament poker. Because say if the two guys to my left had 1,000 chips and like 2,000 chips, like you see some of these other people, then I could just put them all in. And if they want to play a hand, they've got to risk their tournament life just to play the hand, And if I lose 2,000 chips, who cares? If I end up losing. Okay, the two big stacks folded. So there's a big stack in the big blind here. Hopefully he'll fold. That's kind of a big stack. Now I want one of those small stacks to come at me, but we'll see how this goes. I just want to avoid trouble until we get down to the real time where we play later in the tournament. Hopefully he'll fold. So I didn't hit anything there, but I'm going to try to make this guy think I have something good. Hopefully he didn't catch anything. Make the bet big enough where it stings. There we go. So later on, when these blinds, see the blinds are 50, 100. Later on, these blinds will get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's when it really comes into play. You're basically not even, the cards don't really even matter at a certain point. You're basically just getting in the right position. When the position's right, when the blinds are big, you're basically just having a battle over those blinds. It's basically what it comes down to. And a lot of people don't really realize that. A lot of these players in these tournaments here will just sit here, maybe not right now, but later on when the blinds get bigger, they'll sit there and they simply will not play unless they have a great starting hand. And that's a huge mistake. You can't go into the later stages of a tournament with a small stack. You're just simply finished. It's just not something you can do. I mean, unless dumb luck occurs. But like these players with 1,000 chips, 2,000 chips, if they don't get a big stack in the next 15 minutes, they're done. They're basically done. I mean, and a lot of people don't realize they'll just sit there. And if they don't get good hands, they won't play, and they'll end up just getting blinded out. The blinds will just take their stack from them. I got Grizz, my visually impaired cat, sitting on my lap now, so we'll keep her away from the power cord. When the power goes off, my video editor here turns off and it doesn't save. I have to manually hit stop here and then go over to the video editor and save it over there. And if the power goes out, I don't have the chance to do that. So. Where are we at here? Okay. I just want to avoid getting into trouble. I'm just going to check. I don't even want to play this hand. I'll just blend back into the background. Like the zero cool guy up there, I bluffed him out just a minute ago. So, well, I should probably go for it. But making yourself a wallflower and disappearing for a while is actually a good thing, because that reinforces in their mind that when you do come at them, that you're not bluffing. You know what I mean? So I might have the winning hand here, actually, but I'm just going to be a wallflower and signal weakness. Even though, I mean, I am weak at this point. But my ace might win it. Or not. Oh, well. But see, now, I mean, it's a good thing letting that guy win a hand, you know. Because now, like you saw earlier, now I'm pretty much free to go ahead and bluff him out again. But, like, you can't keep bluffing people. You just simply, you can't do it over and over and over again. You have to go away and then come back strong and then go away. At this point in the tournament, particularly with these two giant stacks to my left, it's just awful. I'm in the worst possible situation I could be in a tournament. I've got two of the bigger stacks in the tournament immediately to my left, and another big stack over here to my right. Oh, two spots to my right, that is. Oh, that's disgusting. He stayed in with a pair of two. Well, I wasn't paying attention, but that was a disgusting hand there. They call that runner for the flush there. The club on the turn in the river. I know some people watching don't have any idea what terminology means. And some people do, so it's kind of hard to talk to everyone about the same thing. I was thinking about maybe making another channel for these types of videos. I know a lot of my viewers, normal viewers, aren't going to be too interested in this subject, but I know some people will be. I was thinking about making another channel for this, but the bad thing about making another channel is early on you can't monetize it, and I don't really want to make a bunch of videos and put a bunch of work in for nothing, you know. So let me know down in the comments if you would be interested in seeing another channel where I can go in depth in all my philosophy of doing this and stuff. Like I say, well, there is a VIP deal where, let's see, I'm not even sure where it is. There is a way for people to spend their own money here. They have different packages, like 50,000 tokens and some such something or other where people can buy. But for the most part, these people are just playing for free. So I don't mind playing properly and aggressive and just trying to beat my opponent. So I got pocket jacks here, but these two big stacks to my left, it's just awful. I'm just in an awful position right here. Pocket Jacks is a good starting hand, but Pocket Jacks is probably the worst starting hand you could possibly ever have as far as losing money. Pocket Jacks gets you in a world of trouble because you think it's awesome, but it's really not all that great. I wouldn't be surprised if Pocket Jacks is the number one money losing, tournament losing hand in the history of poker. I wouldn't be surprised. So I just want to avoid getting into trouble here. Some people will get Pocket Jacks and just go off the deep end with it. I probably got the winning hand here, but I want to move to another table and get in a different position. I'm going to go ahead and make a stab at this pot, though. Let's see if they'll all fold to me. Hopefully this big stacks will fold. I don't mind I got it called. I'm gonna put him all in now. He'll probably go all in now. I'm gonna put him all in. He's the little stack. So stack size means a lot in tournament poker. He can't really hurt me a whole lot. So I wouldn't do this against a big stack. I think I've got him, but let's see. He caught us straight. That's a gut shot straight. That's the last tournament I played. Someone did that to me, put me out of the tournament, put their whole stack in on a gut shot straight. Okay, we got a break here. There's a break every hour. I'll see you in 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Well, for me, I'll see you in 5 seconds. So did you see the ads that were playing during the break there before I turned it off? This site has no reason to cheat people because they don't make their money off their players, off the games themselves. Pocket Jacks, you almost just want to fold them. They'll get you in a lot of trouble. That was a good example. I mean, that was nothing to do with Jacks, but that was a terrible play that paid that guy off. So he won't be around in the later stages of the tournament. Not if it's a player that does stuff like that. One thing I should show you. Let's see. Up here in the top right, FAQs, the facts. They have terms and conditions and official rules. This is legal in the United States, with the exception of Oklahoma and Mississippi. You're not allowed to play. And it's legal around the world as long as your local place doesn't outlaw it. Because it's not for money. It's free. But anyways, in the terms and conditions and the official rules, there's 2 things you want to check out where you can get a bunch of free tokens. And most people don't know this. Terms and conditions, you go down to 8.7. You can mail in a card and an envelope if you follow these directions specifically, and you get 500 tokens. It used to be 10,000 a month, but I see they've changed it since I was here last. It's 500 now, but it doesn't say anything about a month. So I don't know if you can send in like a bunch of cards in the same month. The way it's worded, it kind of looks like every card you send in. So for the price of a stamp, you can get 500 tokens. The way it's worded, it looks like you can do it. You know, you might be able to send in like 10 of those all at the same time. But that would be 10 stamps. So that would be like, what, $4 or so. But anyways, that's a good way to get free tokens. That's 500 tokens right there. So check that out. And then if you go to the official rules, there's a similar deal down here in number 5. No purchase necessary to enter the featured offer tournaments. Send in a card and an envelope telling them which tournament, which date. You got to follow the directions exactly. And you can play in any of the featured offer tournaments just by sending them a card and telling them which one you're playing. So that's a really good deal. I'm not sure exactly which tournaments are the featured offer tournaments. I put in an email to them. They should be answering here pretty soon. But you want to check that out too. Most people don't know that. And that's a good way for you to just play in really nice free tournaments without having to play for tokens and whatnot. But like I say, if you want to earn tokens, just go up here. Look at this. Earn tokens. Click on earn tokens. It'll take you to a website. Go there. Yeah, it is 10 seconds. Maybe click on something, check it out. Blah, blah, blah. 5 tokens. What do you think about that? You go up here to this gear icon for tournament stats. I'm ranked 12th out of 63 in chip stacks. You can scroll down and see all the people with how big their chip stacks are. There's a lot of real small ones. All these people with 1,000, 2,000 chips, they're basically done already. They just don't know it yet, unless they get super lucky. You just can't get small stacked in a tournament like this. I'd rather get bumped out of the tournament than play with a short stack, because you basically have no chance whatsoever. Well, it's still kind of early, I guess, but in about 20, 30 minutes, if you have a short stack, you're done. I mean, you're literally just done. Stop it. Some people might not come back from break yet. Well, shoot. See if I can bluff them out here again. You never want to call on. He's probably on a flush draw, but I'm not going to put any more chips in there. I'd rather just lose the hand. See, he doesn't even have anything. He was probably on a flush draw. He missed. We'll find out here. No, he's got it. He probably caught a straight on a river. I can't stand playing against players like that. I highly doubt that was a bluff because I don't think that's a good player there. I think that's someone that really doesn't understand what they're doing. But those can be the dangerous people. You want to stay away from them. Let them take each other out. I'm just going to go for a steal here and see if it works out for me. I don't think he wants to risk his entire stack. There we go. See how I got my money back there? The blinds are getting fairly large at this point. 150, 300, plus he limped in for 300, so that was 750 chips right there for me. You don't want to get short stacked, I guess. That's the point I'm trying to make. You have to refuse to get short stacked. It's just bottom line. But you want to pick your moments. Like right there, I probably played that properly. A lot of my game is just making people decide. Look at that! I would have flopped two top pair, top two pair. A lot of my game is just making people decide if they want to put their entire tournament life at risk to play one hand. You know, a lot of people just simply won't do that unless they have great cards to start with. I actually would have lost that hand had it been a showdown. Those two aces made that guy's king higher than my card, so I would have lost that hand. I think if I saw that right, I wasn't really paying attention because I'm too busy talking. But hey, come on, man. Sorry, my cats are getting rowdy. Oh boy, what is he doing? Huh.
Having a $500 high roller. So make sure you go over to the lobby and register for today's $500 high roller for your chance to win up to $115. Good luck on the tables.
So basically, the real game isn't even going to start for another 10, 15 minutes. The the subjects I've been trying to talk about so far in this video, it really doesn't make a lot of sense until the later stages of the tournament. That's why the first stages of the tournament, you just want to stay out of trouble. Take what you can get, and don't just. I mean, I'm in a bad spot here, regardless of the situation. I've now got three stacks to my left, the same size as mine. I can't bully them at all. So I mean, I can, but if I lose, I'm out. And the whole the whole point of what I'm trying to talk about is being a big stack and going up against these 2000s, 1000s, the 3000s, maybe even these 6000s, and forcing them to put their entire tournament life at risk just to play the hand. And people generally won't do that. I mean, there's times to do that to your opponents, and then there's times not to. It's position. I'll get into that later. It's just I can't talk about it right now, really. Uh, Hopefully, this table will break apart. Hopefully, I don't have to sit here the entire time. Hopefully, I'm not on the table that stays together. See over here, see this VIP thing that just popped up. There is actually a way for people to spend their own, real money on stuff. Let's just say ad free. It takes the ads out. You get tokens, and you get some kind of promo codes. It's probably for free tournaments and stuff. And now here's 100% United States legal. Let's see, shop VIP packs. Let's hit that. Let's see, like $50, $100. I don't know. Memberships for 3 months and a month and whatnot. So if you really want to spend your money, you can, but I would say not to do that. But you can do whatever you want. Up here, you can see I've got 97,000 tokens. I've got $10.37 I've won in the last couple of days. And I haven't played any big tournaments. I've just been playing these little ones. The last one of these 50 ones that I'm in here, I actually won last time. The last tournament I played, this tournament I played, the $50. I won $10 on that. So, but you're not gonna make a ton of money here or anything. It's just mainly for fun and experience. Learn how to play. It's a good place to learn how to play for sure. No risk whatsoever. Let's earn some more tokens. See, I'll earn 5 tokens here by doing this. I'm not sure how long they'll let you do this. They might just let you do this nonstop all day long. I'm not sure. So like I said, I just came back here a few days ago, and I had been years ago. I'd been sending in to that deal over here I was showing you. I was sending in cards in the mail to them, and I could get 10,000 tokens a month, and I was just building them up, and then playing in the big tournaments they had. You know what I mean? Like the $1,000 tournaments cost 10,000 tokens. So I would send in a card every month and get my 10,000 tokens, and I'd play in a tournament like that. Not only totally for free, but totally, no effort whatsoever. And have to earn tokens by watching ads or anything. But it's 500 now. I don't. The way that was written, it didn't say 500 tokens a month. It didn't say anything like that. The wording in that was. I'll see how that's worded real quick. It didn't say month. It used to say 10,000 a month. Distinctly said that. Now it says, let's see, please add your name, blah, 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 blah. For each request a participant submits, the participant will receive 500 tokens. Tokens will be automatically added to your account starting within 5 days of receipt. They can change this at their discretion. For each request, you will receive 500 tokens. The way that's worded is that you can send in, it sounds like you're able to send in as many requests as you want. If you spend $4 and whatnot on stamps, you can send in 10 requests and get 5,000 tokens. This is the way that appears to me to be written. Don't hold me to that, but that's what it looks like. It's something to check out for sure, though. Because if you can get free tokens, well, they're not free because you got to pay for the stamp, but if you can get that kind of free tokens, you could sit here and just play in all the big tournaments, But this isn't a bad deal. I don't remember them having this option years ago, this little earn tokens deal. You can learn a lot about arthritis, it looks like. Health Central, live bold, live now. 5 tokens for me. See where we're at here. Okay, I'm 14th in chips out of 53. Okay, see, they've added an ante this time. I don't think the blinds increased, but they added a 25 chip ante. So now big blinds 300, little blinds 150, and everybody at the table puts in a 25 chip ante. So in 3 minutes, blinds are going up. So we're going to shift into a slightly different game here in a few minutes. This is when it starts getting good in tournament. No limit tournament poker. Tournament poker is a ton different than a cash poker game where people just sit down and play for cash. The blinds are basic. I mean, the amount of the blinds are irrelevant in a cash game. Look at it. See that guy chasing his chasing his flush there? That's a terrible play. You don't ever want to do that. that guy that beat me earlier, he chased a straight that was even less likely to hit than that guy chasing his flush. You don't want to chase straights and flushes. Unless, of course, you have a giant stack against a short stack, you might want to. There's different situations, but there's tons of stuff to talk about in this game that I can't really talk about unless I just make a bunch of videos. Just me sitting here playing these tournaments. I looked on YouTube and there's a bunch of videos from professionals about, just little micro elements of the game. And it's really not a good way to learn. You can't really read a book. I mean, you can to get a sense for what people are doing, but I think the best way for someone, see that guy, the guy that beat me earlier, he's gone now. He went all in with King 3. He was getting greedy. He was trying to steal our blinds, and it's way too early to do that. He was out of position, and he had 3 big stacks, 4, 5. He went across 5 big stacks with a King 3 trying to steal, like 700 chips or whatever it was. It was just a terrible play. And he finally paid for it. I said he wouldn't make it. He didn't even make it halfway through. But what I was saying was, you can't really learn anything about poker from little micro subjects, micro elements of professionals trying to explain good starting hands and this and that. You have to see the whole thing. I think watching a tournament like I'm doing here, I think this is the best way for someone to understand, someone to learn. If you wanted to learn this game, I think this is the best way, is to watch a professional level, highly experienced tournament player just sit here and talk to you about what's going on. Even if you don't understand what I'm saying sometimes, that's understandable. But if you want to keep watching these videos, let me know, and I might make another channel or something where I just sit and talk about this. Because there's tons of information that go into it, but it actually all boils down to just a few simple principles. Just a few basic elements. And we're starting to get to the point where I can actually show you what I'm trying to talk about. See this guy up here with 255 chips? He's just sitting there waiting for a good hand. And he's paying 50 chips ante every hand. And he's done. He should just quit, You should never let it get to that point. Just sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there while the blinds and the antes just eat away. He's got, this is his next hand's his last hand no matter what. So, I mean, he could possibly win, but you can't play like that. Not in tournament poker. You simply can't sit there and wait for a good hand. You have to build a stack, and you have to maintain a stack. You cannot get small stacked, or else you're done. This guy lost this tournament a long time ago. I haven't been paying attention to where he came from. I don't know what happened, but you can't go that low. I mean, he should have went all in a long time ago somewhere. I haven't been paying attention, but I haven't been paying attention to him, what he's been doing. See, there he goes. Well, he was the big blind, so. But people will sit there. They'll just sit there, and they won't make a move. And they'll just get blinded out. Like, this is a good example. He might win this hand, but it doesn't matter. Next hand, he's basically all in again. So... Let's see, I think I've got the second place chip stack sitting immediately to my left. So this is a bad thing. I want because with that guy sitting there, I can't do what I'm saying to do. I really want to get to a different table, or hopefully they'll move him or something. If I have to sit here to him, I probably, if he maintains that stack and I have to sit to him for the rest of the tournament, sit next to him for the rest of the tournament, I probably won't do all that great. I mean, who knows what'll happen, but it's going to come to a point where I'm going to have to make a move, and that guy is going to be sitting there, and that's bad. Hi, Tweety. How you doing, baby? There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Oh, shoot. Another big stack. Dang it. Well, that's better than the monster sitting there. But, anyways, I mean, it just makes it more difficult to overpower and intimidate the people to your left when they got more chips than you do. So that's not good. But, anyways, you see how the game's about to change in 3 minutes? The blinds are going to be 300, 600 with a 75 chip ante every hand. And it's going to, those big blinds, they're going to wipe out all these small stacks. The small stacks are just doomed here in a few minutes. If they don't make a move pretty much right now, I'm going to even be in trouble myself if I can't do something here pretty quick. Look at that. I would have flopped a monster. There's tons of little elements of this game I can talk about. I can't pack it all into one video because it's just way too much information, way too much blabber. This is basically, if you want to learn this, it's basically something that you have to just watch a bunch of these videos of mine. because there's thousands and thousands of different little things that go into it. But like I said, the main things are pretty simple. But there's a lot of little elements that boil into making those few simple decisions. It's pretty complex, but at the same time, it's so simple. You think more people would understand it. We're about to get to that point. See how big the blinds are now? 300, 675 ante. The game is about to change. And in 8 minutes, when it changes again, the game's going to be almost totally different than everything you've seen so far. If I can make it to the final table, these blinds will be like 2,000, 4,000, 3,000, 6,000. Get up in that range and just keep going up and up and up. So tournament poker is kind of like a race against the clock, almost as well, which it doesn't happen in cash games. There's just too many different ways for people to cheat, even in a casino or something. People could be cheating and you would never know. So unfortunately, there's tons of ways for people to cheat. So I can't recommend anyone really play for cash unless it's in a tournament, and you're not spending money like a moron. But it's fun too, if you live somewhere. Well, almost everyone lives somewhere where they can find a poker tournament these days. But if you want to enter like $100 buy-in tournament somewhere, or just look at it like entertainment, and if you learn how to play and got a good chance of winning, it's a lot of fun. There's a difference between gambling and playing a tournament, poker tournament for entertainment. For that matter, there's a big difference between gambling and playing poker. Particularly on this site where it's free. I mean, there's literally no chance of gambling whatsoever. So. But that's what I was saying earlier. That's why I wouldn't go play in a cash game right now too, is because I don't want to play against a gambler who's throwing all his money away, and just it gets to a point where you don't want to take someone else's money. Hey, Vince. And the only other option is for you to lose your money. So it's both bad outcomes. I might have a hand here to see if I'm in position. So I need these people basically to fold and not play. Merle, stop it. My cats are starting to climb on me. I can't go for the steal now, but I'm going to play the hand. Stop, kid. Dang. Oh, I'm out now. I'm not going to play. Big Richard says he's got a good starting hand. That's got to be good. He wouldn't do that against these bigger stacks if he didn't have something. So that's the benefit of being the big stack. Because basically, with a bet that big, everyone knows that they're liable to lose their entire stack if they get involved in that hand. Sorry about the squeaky chair. I don't even really notice it squeaking until I listen to it on video. See this Pillsbury guy? He should have made a move a long time ago. You simply can't sit there and let this happen. That's a sign of a really bad player. No offense, Pillsbury, but you just can't let that happen. You have to make a move before you get short stacked like that. Just make a move and try to stay in the tournament because he's done. He has 99.99999 chance of losing. He virtually has no chance of doing anything in this tournament. And it's been like that probably for a long time with him. He's just sitting there waiting. He might be on. He might have left the game. That was a quick fold. But he might have had a check too, so I don't know. They kick you out of here if you're away too long. So, anyways, you just can't let that happen. He's done. I mean, you might as well make a move when it's proper to do it and just leave the tournament and go do something better with your time than sitting here and just getting blinded out. Because he's not about ready to lose on next hand. He lost 20, 30 minutes ago, letting that happen to begin with. I'm sure he had times where he could have stuck a stack in there and would have been liable, would have been the favorite. He just never did it. Okay, blinds are going up again. 400, 800 with 100 ante. So that's 1,300 every go around, plus 100 every hand. I mean, most of the chips I have are from all my rebuys, so it's not like I'm doing anything great. But if this wasn't a rebuy tournament, I would have had to make moves earlier. I really haven't had a lot of chances to do anything because I've been sitting to the right of a big stack basically the whole time. And not only just one big stack, but I gotta be careful of V Connie up here can put me out as well. So can Cottontail. And I think I got a big boy sitting to my right with 29,000 chips. That's the chip leader of the whole tournament sitting to my right. So he can start bowling me around pretty soon. I really haven't been in a position to do anything. And I might never be in position. I might just have to make a desperate attempt to stay in the game here pretty soon, unfortunately. I should get at least one opportunity to be the favorite. I should. I'm never really going to be in good position because of the other chip sticks, the sizes of these other chip sticks at the table. But hopefully I can get into a decent position where I'm up against one. 1 or 2, and then I can steal some blinds. It helps to have a decent starting hand as well. King deuce isn't all that hot. I mean, a good starting hand is basically just backup in case someone calls you. Because at this point, I'm basically going to have to put my whole stack in there to scare people away. And if I do get called, I want at least a little backup, maybe a couple cards above a 9 or 10, some kind of suited connectors, like a 8-9 of clubs or 7-8, something like that. Oh boy, look at it. I'm not gonna mess around. I'm just gonna move my whole stack in there. I don't want anyone calling. I want to steal the blinds. If anyone calls, I want it to be one person or maybe 2 people. I just want to push everybody out. I'm totally happy with everyone folding. See, that's fine with me. I just want 1,300 chips. That's exactly what I needed right there. I was in the big blind too, so that couldn't have came at a better time. So what I did there is I ended the hand as soon as possible, and that's basically what you want to do. I don't want to bet a few chips there against all these big stacks bigger than mine. I don't want them. I don't want 3 and 4 people to see the flop, because chances are someone's going to catch 2 pair, or, something stupid. Someone will flop a straight, then I'm doomed. So I just want to get them out of the hand as soon as possible. I desperately needed those chips, so that keeps me going for another go around of the dealer button. See if I can pick up another chunk here. Oh boy, look at it. It's not a bad flop. Not a bad flop. I don't want to waste a lot of chips, so we'll test him out here. See what he wants to do. That should be scary. There we go. All right, that's what I needed. That came at the exact right time. I desperately needed that. I was the big blind that time. I was under the gun last time, huh? Or did that guy just sit down? I wouldn't pay attention. One thing I noticed is talking while I'm doing this. It's kind of distracting. I don't pay attention to some things the way I should. So I suppose I can use that for an excuse if I get bumped out. What do you think? Well, that doesn't happen too often. I should have limped in there, huh? It wouldn't been worth a whole lot. These guys didn't. They have no reason to stay in hand, but I would have liked to have those chips, though. That's for sure. That would have been nice. So this is a game where you can make little mistakes. Making little mistakes isn't that bad, because as long as you've got a decent sized stack entering this stage of the tournament, it really doesn't matter. If I have 13,000 or 11,000 chips or 15,000 chips, I mean, you want as big a stack as possible, of course, but you can make little mistakes. You can make quite a few little mistakes. You just don't want to make the big mistake. You want to avoid the big mistake. That's very important to keep your mistakes at a minimum, as less costly as possible. See, I could go for the steal here. That's 6-7 suit is not a bad steal hand. Well, I'm not going to do it now with Richard in the game. But Connie's got a big stack, so I probably wouldn't do it anyways. But 6-7 suited is not a bad backup. Like I was saying earlier, I could go all in there and try to steal those blinds. And if I got a call, see, 6-7 suit is not a terrible hand to have as backup. And I actually would have caught 2 pair there, so that's probably a winner if one of these guys doesn't have a king. And it probably would have worked out good, but I'm not quite desperate yet. So I might have done it if Richard didn't enter that hand. I might have done it, and it would have worked out for me, obviously. See, because when you're in position, like if Richard wouldn't have got in that hand there, I would have just been up against the 3 people on my left. And the odds say that neither one of those 3 will have a tremendous starting hand. They might. So 6-7 suited is not a bad backup to have. But odds are they don't have a great hand where they're going to risk basically their tournament life. But they could be sitting there with ace king or pocket kings or ace queen or ace jack, a high pocket pair. You might run into that. So chances are you won't, though. That's why you kind of want to try. Basically, you're trying to isolate someone at this point. You're trying to isolate 1 or 2 people to your left. You don't want to play against the whole table. That's for sure. Oh boy, look at that. There goes Pillsbury. I'm surprised it lasted that long. That's not a bad hand there. I would consider it if these 3 people to my right fold, I would consider going for it. But see how there's not a small blind there, so it's even less worth money. But the blinds are up to 600, 1200, 125 ante. So this guy might be just going. He's got a decent hand. He might just be going for the steal from out of position. See what I mean by position? He's going all in. He's out of position. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players to act after he does that. It worked out for him, though. So at this point in the tournament, see, he does have the advantage of doing that because luck favors the backbone, not the wishbone. I might go all in with Queen 10 and make other people guess what they should do, but I'm not calling an all in with Queen 10. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. You don't really want to be the caller. You want to be the first person to act. It's a huge advantage at this point in the tournament. Because when you go all in, I don't know if Law Dog had pocket aces that time, or did he have deuce 7? Who knows? I'm just not going to find out with a Queen 10, because my tournament basically would be over if I lost. So, I would still be sitting there with like 4,000 chips or whatever, but you can't sit here with 4,000 chips at this point in the tournament. It's desperate, you're gonna get desperate, and you have to do something real quick. Let's see where we're at here. So I'm 12th in chips out of 27. There's some big stacks out there. It's going to be difficult for me to do much. I'm moving tables. Maybe I can get. Maybe, look at that. Look at that. They put one of the giant stacks immediately to my left. So that's really putting a crimp in my philosophy. Everything I wanted to talk about in this video, I'm not going to actually be able to show it to you. I mean, I can still put the pressure on them, but like I was saying, 45,000 chip stack is going to be more likely to call a 12,000 chip stack. You know what I mean? If I was sitting there with 100,000 chips, then the 45,000 chip stack probably would avoid calling me if I go all in. You know what I mean? My whole philosophy of the game is to make people risk their entire tournament life just by playing the hand. And I can actually do that to everyone at this table, pretty much, except for the person to my left. So, break time. See you in 5 seconds.
Dining and beverage options. And a thriving community of dignified seniors to help you make the most of your life.
Alrighty. Probably another 20 minutes. We should do it for this video. If I were to have a chance at winning the whole thing, maybe 20 minutes from now, everyone should be gone. Or the winner should be decided, I should say. About 20 minutes. Pretty soon I'm going to be a short stack. So right there, I was in position. See what I mean? Everybody folded. I had 2 people to my left. I was in position there to steal the blinds, but I literally have the mathematically worst hand in poker. So I flopped a pair. So oh, look at that! See, I would have ran into pocket aces. So that would have been bad. Like I was saying, if you generally, when you go for the steal, you want to have a hand that at least will provide some kind of hope if you get called. You know what I mean? So, Tuffy here, under the gun. The person to the left of the big blind, that's called the under the gun. And generally, the person will have a really nice starting hand if they're going in under the gun. So, I'm going to fold my pocket fours. A lot of people would play those like they were something great, but pocket fours, low pocket pairs are, at this point in a game like this, they're just, they're basically worthless. Unless you just use them for a backup, when you go for a steal. But Tuffy was in that hand, and the person to my right called as well. So plus 3 other players, and you just can't go pocket fours in that situation. That would be called out of position because Tuffy and Oni Mac were in the hand. Oh, it's one eye. One eye Mac. I got a one-eyed Grizz. My cat. Oh, they just checked it down. Look at that. He had the best possible hand. Well, that guy's catching some cards. I tell you what, there's a reason why he's a chip leader. I wonder if he's been doing that the whole time. Quiet. Sorry if you can hear my cat scratching like that. I literally have the chip leader sitting to my left. Basically, the whole tournament, I've had basically been in this exact situation. I can't do a whole lot when it's like that. I mean, I could try, but not only is a chip leader to my left, it's a chip leader to my left with pocket aces and catching the best draw, best flush, just top hands. Doesn't get any worse than that. See, that person up there is stalling. Sometimes people will stall because they think it helps them. It's actually hurting them. Because, well, I guess, wait a second. Let's see here. Oh, we're at 23. I guess prize info. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The top 30 get paid. So I won $1. I won $1 quite a while ago. Top 30 get paid. So I won $1. I basically have done nothing. Hey, stop! If you knock that cord out again, I'm going to be mad. Knock it off. So, let's see. 5th place is $2. 4th place is $3. 3rd is $4. 2nd is $6. And 1st is $10. So I won $1. So you can see if this was a more valuable tournament, like, $1,000, $500 tournament, I'd be in the money already, and it would, I'd be like $10 or something. You can see how easy it is. Hey, if you just play with common sense, and I haven't been in a position to make any moves. It's kind of lame and boring for my first video like this. Well, that's not a bad hand. That's not a Jack 9 suited is a decent backup hand. I should probably go for it here. Hey! If you guys rip that cord out again, I'm gonna be mad at you. I should probably try it. I really should. I really should. What do you say? We'll just go for it. I'm gonna have to do something eventually. As long as the big stack falls, I'll be all right. See. There it goes. I was gonna have to do it eventually. I thought maybe he would fold. Hopefully the other two will fold now. Let's see if the big stack wouldn't have called, I probably would have got away with it. Let's see what Moron does. See, I would have got away with it. I might be all right though. Oh, look at that! See, there we go. There we go. No diamonds. Okay, there we go. What do you think about that? So, I kind of did that out of desperation, but it was probably the proper play there. Like I said, you can't just sit there. You can't just sit there and let the blinds dwindle your chip stack away. Just like Tuffy 7 up there in the corner with 4,000 chips. He or she has got to make a move in the next, 6 or 7 hands. He just has to. There's just no way around it. And Moron and Texas Sunset, they're all in the same boat. They have about 6 or 7 hands left. And they just have to do something. So that's a big element to this tournament. Is you just you're better off doing something that at least makes a little bit of sense before you're desperate than it does to get desperate. Like if I said I'd have about 11,000 chips or so, 12,000 chips right now, and I'm looking at 1,600 and 800 in blinds, 2,400 in blinds, and 150 in ante. So I'd be down to like 9,000 chips just in a matter of a couple of minutes if I didn't do that. So it makes more sense to at least do something that makes sense sooner than wait until you're basically done later, you know. So Texas Sunset there caught a nice hand, but that was kind of a nasty beat. The bigger stack caught a flush. That was pretty bad beat there. She flopped a set of sevens. So that was pretty harsh. So that does happen, but I mean, that's the kind of stuff that happens. But you don't want to put it out of the tournament. That's why you want a big stack. That's why you want to be the bigger stack. So when that kind of stuff happens, you just move on and just keep on going. You know, you don't want to be the small stack at this point in the tournament. Let's see if Tuffy can survive. Tuffy made a move, had the ace. Well, he's got a decent draw. A diamond or an ace makes Tuffy the winner. There it is. Tuffy hangs in. That's what Tuffy needed. See, Tuffy caught an ace there, and that was the proper play. He had to do that. And he was out of the tournament in just a few more hands, most likely, if he didn't do that. So now, Moron up here. That's the screen name, Moron. I'm not calling anyone a moron. That person has to make a move. He'll probably do it now. If he knows what he's doing, he should probably do it now, almost regardless of what hand he has. He must have had terrible cards, or he doesn't understand what to do. Because Moron literally has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hands left, and he's blinded out of the tournament. See what I mean? That's why it's better to do something that, you know, isn't desperate than it is to just wait a few hands and just be totally desperate, you know? So a lot of these players, that's what they'll do. They'll just sit around and they won't do anything unless they have a great hand. And a lot of times they'll just literally sit there. I should probably go for the steal here. What do you think? We'll try it. Shadow Boxer should fold if he doesn't have a good hand. There we go. Okay. So you don't mind losing a hand to Poker Paul because it's not going to put me out. You know what I mean? I think I made the right play there. I would have liked him to fold. Oh, Ace King's bad. I lost. So I wanted him to fold. I didn't want him to have big slick. That's what I was talking about earlier. I didn't want when you do that, you don't want someone to be sitting on Ace King or pocket aces or Ace Queen, like I said earlier, you know. And so, like a lot of times, see, he said thank you. Like lots of times, people will get real rude in here. It's kind of childish. I don't understand, but you'll run into a lot of rude people. I probably should have stayed away from that, but I've had so few opportunities to do it, and we're getting late in the game. I went for it, and I might have did that because I was talking about it, like I was saying earlier, because I'm trying to talk to people while I play. I might do things I normally wouldn't, and that might have been a case there. But like I say, you know, it was a small mistake, and it really doesn't change a whole lot for me. You know what I mean? Not a big difference between 15,000 chips and 22,000 chips. I'm going to have to basically make a move here pretty quick regardless. Yeah, and I thought I had a high chance of everyone folding. That's what I wanted to happen. And ace high is not a bad backup to have if I get called. But that was a mistake. There's no way around it. But the main thing I wanted to happen there was I wanted what's the guy's name? Shadow Boxer 1, the big stack to my left. I wanted him to fold, and that was my main concern. That did happen. So.
High roller. So make sure you go over to the lobby and register for today's $500 high roller for your chance to win up to $115. Good luck on the tables.
I'm not sure who that guy is on the ad there. I wonder if that's the owner of the site. But there goes Tuffy. He has to make a move. He's literally just got a few hands left before he's blinded out. And he's probably got a decent hand there, so to do it now while Shadow Boxer's in and One Eye Mac, but it's going to be an interesting hand here. I wouldn't mind Shadow Boxer losing a big hand. Oh boy, look at that. One Eye Mac was sitting on a monster under the gun. Oh boy, someone's going out. Someone is going out. Pocket twos. That's not a very good hand to do that with. He didn't need to do that. Oh, look at that. Pair of sevens, pair of sixes made his ace the winner. See, because he had a pair of twos and a pair of fours. Two pair with ace high. That was awful. That was a bad move by Jabberfly. I should have never done that with pocket twos. See how Jabberfly was the caller in that situation? And Poker Paul just made a comment, said he also had pocket twos. Of course, he might be lying though. He was the guy that was kind of snarky when I gave him some chips. Jabberfly saying, "Yep, he knew he had nothing." That's not true. When you have pocket twos, the other person has to have something. Pocket twos is just basically a 50-50 coin flip. Literally against every hand in the world that doesn't contain a deuce. So Jabberfly saying that, the way he did that, and then making that comment, that tells you that's an inexperienced player or someone that just has never taken the time to let the numbers and the facts of the game sink in, you know. Because when you have pocket twos, no matter what anyone else has, you have a strong chance of losing. Oh boy, that's probably a steal there. Well, no Shadow Boxers under the gun, no. So Queen 9 suited would be a hand where I move all in and make someone else call at this point in the game. But it's not a hand where I'm going to call because luck favors the backbone, not the wishbone. Now, he could be sitting there with pocket aces. Or he might have Queen 8, you know. But I'm not going to find out. King 9. He had me dominated. Look at that. And then he hit his king. But that guy on my left had pocket aces. He ran into a monster. So Jabberfly kind of went on tilt there. That was kind of some bad play in there. He didn't have to do that with King 9 across basically the two biggest stacks in the tournament. That wasn't all that great of a move. It was a little aggressive. It wasn't terrible, but it was aggressive. The move he made with the pocket twos was pretty terrible. And I think that kind of put him on tilt, and that led to him doing that there. But there wasn't really a need for him to do that. So if he folds, I'm probably going all in. I probably shouldn't, but it's getting late in the game, and I'm in position. See how everyone else is folded. And 7-9 is at least some sort of backup. So I'm going to try it. I just hope he folds. He might just be so big stacked he calls for fun, but there, see, that worked out. That's basically something I had to do because I'm a little desperate at this point. And to stay in the game, that's what you have to do. You have to start doing stuff like that. So that wasn't, oh, and then look at it. If I knew that hand was coming, I wouldn't have done it. But I was down to 9,000 chips, and the blinds are at 4,500 plus 300 ante. So I'm going to try to scare everybody out. I want everyone to fold here. I don't even want anyone to call, unless it's a short stack. I want these other two to fold. I want them to fold. I don't want them I want them out. I want them out as soon as possible. See, that's what I want, because if I lose, I'm still in against a short stack. I've got them dominated. Domination. I got the heart. It's runner, heart. I got the heart. I won. I won right there. No, he could catch a straight. He was open-ended there. He could have caught a 9 or an ace for a straight after the turn, but that was a good turn of events for me. I'm in it now. I'm a contender to win the whole thing at this point. So, well, there's another. See, this big stack to my left is just killing me, because this is another situation where if it was a short stack, I'd move all in. If these two fold in front of me, that would be a short stack. I would probably go all in. But with this guy sitting to my left, it just puts a damper on everything I do. And I've went all in the last two hands, but I did show pocket aces. But I'm just not going to do it right now. I don't like calling. Connie's probably got a good hand. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see her cards. I would like to see the cards there. I think I did that right there. There's a lot of if and what could be's, but like I said earlier, mistakes are okay as long as you keep them small. I want to avoid the big mistake. And I may have moved all in there, but like I said, the guy to my left, he's really keeping me conservative. I would have liked to have played this game and showed you what I was talking about being real aggressive and really punishing the short stacks to the left. But I've had a damper to my left the entire time. But I think I've played pretty well so far. I think I've done just about everything right for the most part, except for, like I say, the little mistakes. But little mistakes are little mistakes, Little mistakes can be irrelevant. Hey, if you knock that cord out of me, I'll tell you what. Come here. Get up there. There you go. I'm tempted to hear if this guy folds. I'm tempted to do it. It would probably be a mistake to do it. But now that One Eye Mac is in, the right call there is to definitely fold. In my opinion. Because you never know. I mean, One Eye Mac could be sitting on pocket jacks, or pocket aces or pocket sixes. He could have a little old monster. He could be slow playing it right now. Poker Paul caught something. So I was out of position as soon as One Eye Mac got in there. I'm basically out of position the entire time with this monster to my left. So hey, dude, if you knock that cord out. I'll let you sit right here for a while. Well, we're almost done, bud. Not now. Definitely don't knock it out now. Oh boy, look at that. Action time. 13 players left. My cats are getting real rambunctious, so I think I'm going to stop the recording and save what I have so far. Just in case. Let's see this hand real quick. Look at that. King 5. I'd have the winning hand so far. No, look at that. Okay, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to record what I got. Okay, very next hand. I'm going to let go of my cat now. Okay, where are we at here? One Eye Mac limped in. Oh boy, look at that. He's probably gonna check with that kind of flop. I don't know. I don't want nothing to do with that. See, so there's the Queen of Hearts and the King of Hearts could beat me if another heart came out. So that's just something you can't call. I mean, I don't chase flushes to begin with, but he might have flopped a monster there too. He probably had nothing, and he just wanted to scare me. That was a scary flop, so he probably just scared me out. But that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I was the big blind, so. Now if my cat rips the cord out, I have everything recorded or saved. So now if it comes out, I can just put it back in real quick and start over. Where are we at here? Okay, price info is $2 is fifth. And it goes up. So we got 12 people left. Look at that. One Eye Mac ran into Big Slick. My flop 2 pair. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that was lucky. That was some lucky stuff. There is an element of luck to this. If you get lucky like he did, it can put you in a great position. I mean, he's got 100,000 chips now. And he's playing against people with, there's one that's near him, and then after that it's 50,000 chips and down. So he's in a great position to just start bullying people. Look at that, I would have flopped 2 pairs. Look at that. So DBA should probably just go all in right now, regardless. I mean, he must not have caught anything, but his tournament's over. I mean, if he folds, his tournament's over. And One Eye Mac just bullied him. One Eye Mac probably had absolutely nothing. He probably had nothing against me earlier, too. So that's how you want to play. I wanted to describe these situations to you as being the big stack, but I'm describing these situations to you now as being the smaller stack. And One Eye Mac is probably an experienced player. He's making a lot of good moves. He's making it 8,000. He's basically telling everybody at the table that, with the exception of the shadow boxer, if you want to play this hand, it costs your whole stack. because his next bet's going to be at least 8,000, and that's basically I'm pot committed, and I would have flopped top pair right there. I'd probably be the winner. So eventually, I'm going to have to make a decision to just move all in. That ace probably would have beat me on the river there. A pocket ace. I would have won that, actually. See, one time I had queen 3, so he's starting to bully people with nothing. I'm glad I saw his cards there. Seeing his cards there helps me a lot. Now I know he's playing with nothing. I mean, it was kind of obvious to me to begin with, but now I know for sure. Look at that, I had a flush. That's why you don't want to show your cards playing poker. You know, I just got to see his cards. He had queen 3, and he was raising pre-flop. So he's getting real aggressive, which I guess is obvious. But we got the big stacks going at it. Look at that. Uh-oh. One Eye Max just turned into a monster. I'm sandwiched by monsters. What do I do? I have the 2 chip leaders to my left and right. I've had the chip leader to my left the whole time almost. He's probably going to raise it. No, he didn't raise. That means he doesn't have much. I guess see a free flop. Oh, I caught middle pair. What do you think, guys? It's probably risky of me to do that. Hopefully there's not a king out there. Oh, he's got the king. I bet he's got the king. Shoot. That was probably... Oh, he's got ace. No, I did it right. Come on. No heart, no heart, no heart, no heart, no heart. Oh, no! Shoot. I made the right decision. I had him beat. He sucked out on me. Lucky. Lucky, luck. That's the final table. At least I made it to the final table like I wanted to show you. I made the right move. I played properly. I had it read right. I made the right move. I got lucky. I finished 9th. I won 10 LP and I won $1. Then they throw you a little ad at the end after you get booted. I think it's 5 tokens as well. 5 tokens. See, now I got $11.37 up here, but I finished 9th. I don't know if you've seen that the last second. Everyone came to that table. That was the final table there I was sitting at. So after I left, there was 8 people left. But I did that right. I played properly. That wasn't a mistake by me. I did that right. The chances of him having a king was very unlikely. And what can I say? You know, this is how it goes. I mean, there is a luck factor, obviously. That guy got extremely lucky. But luck balances out. You know, you saw me get lucky. You saw people get lucky against me. And that's how it is. But generally, I can play to the final table like that. I would have liked to have a bigger stack. That was the advantage. That guy there at the end, he put me out because he had the bigger stack, you know. He could call my all in because even if he lost, it really didn't hurt him much. You know what I mean? He was still going to be a monster stack if he won or lost. So he had leverage to do that. And it worked out for him. But obviously, when you're a big stack, bad luck doesn't hurt you. So it's just how it is. I sure hope you enjoyed the show. Hope someone learned something. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. As always, thanks for watching. Let's see, what is this? 1:30. We've got another 50 cash coming up at 2. And then now we got the 500 coming up at 7. Let's see the 500. 500's a rebuy. 5 rebuys for 5,000 tokens. The prize is 115, 70, 50, 40, 30. So if I do the same in the 500 as I just did, I get 9th, that'd be $10. And you have a shot at over 100. And let's see, it pays the top 27, $5.